Good evening. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a minute since I posted my last video. I want to say probably about 42 days, but I still do appreciate it whenever anybody comes to watch them. This time around, I'm making a pair of Japanese style leather sandals. I believe the Japanese style is called seta, but I can't be too sure. The shape of the sandal is a little silly, but it is Japanese. I have been doing judo for about 4 months, so I wanted to keep in with that theme, something I can wear to step on and off the tatami. I think that'd be kind of cool. One thing I do sorely miss is having a workshop to do my projects in. As you can tell from the video, I've been sitting on the floor a lot, whether it's cutting, stamping, punching, or sewing. I'm always on the floor or sitting at this same table. Hopefully that can change soon, and I'll be able to expand, get better tools, get more tools. I'm sure my wife would be happy about that. The thing I excluded from this video to save some time was to not punch out another 14-minute video where I don't speak at all, is the portion where the sandal straps are both cut, sewn, and templated onto the sandal. If you could believe it, it's those straps are actually a kitchen rag that I found laying around, and I chopped them up, made them pretty fancy. So now that I got the little straps stitched up in their slots, ready to go, I've got this templated out. I need to get these things stitched into these indexes before I can glue each individual layer together. We'll see how that goes, huh? You could say that this middle portion would be like the midsole of a boot, and like I had said previously, I'm trying to make my child boots, and further than that, just make boots in general, right? So top would be the insole where your footbed is, midsole, and then outsole down at the bottom. The outsole down at the bottom is going to be the same, but the midsole I'm going to treat like what a boot would be as an insole. So with a Goodyear welt, the insole actually gets stitched to the upper of a boot itself. So this is giving me practice, I think, in what it would be like to actually stitch an insole of a boot that's Goodyear welted. I got these bad boys all stitched up. Now I can start some gluing. My only concern is that I'm not going to be able to apply pressure in all the right places to make it even. I'm going to do it anyways, but we'll see. The gluing of all these different layers was actually pretty challenging. As you can see from each layer, as I was pasting on the glue, the leather was soaking it up like nobody's business. So I had to go over it again, make sure that there was actually glue on the outside. I wouldn't say that it was drying fast, it was just the porosity of the leather was soaking up the glue. In the future, I'll probably use better glue. I don't know what that would be, but it just takes that's a Google away, right? I would say that the gluing, the forming, and the pressing of the sandals was pretty time consuming, but the actual time consuming part was the stitching. It was pretty ridiculous. This was the largest project I had done with a stitching awl, and it just took hours upon hours in areas that I hadn't punched all the way through with the leather punches. I will say it was probably the most rewarding portion of the project, though. I was very fortunate and lucky that I didn't pull too hard on each stitch and sort of punch through the leather, right? Like just pull the thread through the leather. Um, that kind of would have just ruined the whole project. So each stitch was, I believe, perfectly placed, and in the end, I think it looked amazing. Both the red and the white, I think they complemented each other against the straps, and I think it was a wise choice the way it contrasts against the dark leather. Long story short, this was a learning experience, and I learned what leathers I shouldn't use versus what leathers I should use for both outsoles, insoles, the thickness of which. It's been pretty eye opening, along with the types of tools that I do need, the types of tools that I already have that I can either modify or change in the way I need them to build a set of boots. Hopefully, I could find myself a project that would move up to uppers, right? The finesse, the aesthetic of a boot. I think that we'll take a look at that next. So if anybody in the comments section wants to give me any ideas as to what I could sort of work on to mimic what it would be to build a boot upper so I can get some practice, that would be great. Let me know.
Oh, big meeting? Grandmother died.
There you have it. One complete pair of Japanese-ish style sandals. We'll see how they do. I'll keep you guys updated. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to my channel. I'll get more stuff coming.